A solution had been found. It was a February night in 2006. The death warrant had been signed. It was valid for 24 hours from midnight.
We were separated from Mr. Morales at 6 p.m. We had phone contact with him. We were locked in a trailer on the prison grounds, and we had contact with guards who told us that we would be brought into the execution chamber to witness the execution at about 11:20 p.m.
But behind the closed doors of the death house, even as the executioners prepared the chamber, a life-or-death negotiation was taking place.
Each 15 minutes we would hear the footsteps coming through the trailer, and we assumed that they were coming to get us to do the execution. This went on over the course of about 2.5 hours. They told us that there was some delay that was taking place, but we waited.
It was the doctors. At the 11th hour they read through the legal documents, and they had a problem. The execution plan was falling apart.
When the problem arose early in the evening with the doctors, I was asked to come out early, and so I did. The doctors were of the view that they were not going to be asked to participate in any way that they thought was unethical. And we spent a lot of time talking. It was intense.
From the midnight hour, the state could legally go ahead with the execution, but the two anesthesiologists, who've remained anonymous, decided to leave the execution chamber and left the prison spokesman to read out their reasons why.
Any such intervention would clearly be medically unethical. As a result, we have withdrawn from participation in the current process.
But the state hadn't given up. They still wanted the sentence carried out. Judge Fogel said they could kill Morales with a massive single dose of just the first drug, the anesthetic, if they could find someone medically qualified willing to administer it directly into his vein. The state searched, but time was now against them. The warrant would run out at midnight, and they failed.
And there will be no execution at San Quentin State Prison February the 21st, 2006.
The doctor's Hippocratic oath, which obliges them to try and save life, not to take it, has preserved the life of a murderer.
First word that I said to him, was that I didn't think I was going to be seeing him again today. So, I think that was his first word to me too.
So why haven't the doctors fully understood what their role was going to be? How could there have been such a critical confusion? What was the role of the anesthesiologist meant to be, Judge?
Well, the order did not require the doctors to execute anyone. They did not have to inject any drug, but they were required by the order to notify the execution team if there were signs of consciousness.
But weren't they, by that order in that case, required, if necessary, to go one step beyond merely witnessing?
That's true, they were. The anesthesiologist said they did not understand that until the night of the execution. They thought all they were going to do was be observers. I'm not going to guess as to who told what to whom at what point in time, but I do know that the question of whether they were simply going to be passive observers was fully litigated and fully addressed in a court order 5 days before the execution.
There's an expression here of a bait and switch, and it seems that they baited them to participate on minimal or incorrect information and then switched it to the right information and tried to get the execution to go ahead by the sheer inertia that was accompanying the situation at the time.
Didn't you play a fast one on the doctors? Didn't you put them in the position where they thought they were going to be witnesses and then found they were going to assist with the execution?
No, we didn't slip anything past them. We told them exactly what we wanted them to do. The doctors did not believe, at least certainly the anesthesiologist who had the lead role, he thought he would never have to do anything, but that if it were necessary to tell someone that he looked like he was regaining consciousness, he'd give that signal. As it turned out, it didn't work.
The Morales case has since brought to light a long list of past failings in this state's converted gas chamber. Poor lighting and design so the death process couldn't properly be monitored, poor clinical training, and even failure to mix drugs properly. Another state, another catalogue of errors. Altogether, 929 criminals have been executed by lethal injection in the USA. How many might have suffered inhumanely as they died? And now the Supreme Court must judge the issue. What will they consider that cruel and unusual punishment now means? Can the rituals of lethal injection be resumed? What will be their lethal solution?
Mm-hmm.